Nothing like a good cup of coffee. Alright. Hello everybody on YouTube and the NFL YouTube prognosticators and NFL fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts for Week 10 and my Week 11 NFL predictions. First off, for the prediction segment and everything, wow. I had some really, it was a really good week. Well, I consider it a good week, besides everyone else did, but I did 8-6, so I did pretty solidly well in the straight up pool, so I did really well for that, and I can live with it, doing 8-6. I mean, if you're above 500, you can go do that any day in the week. Pretty much have a good week, so I can deal with the 8-6, so I hope I can get more than that this week, so let's keep it rolling here, guys. Well, first off, my thoughts for Week 10. Well, Baltimore and Cleveland on Thursday night last week. What can I say more than that? The Cleveland Browns are the Cleveland Browns. So, I don't know what to tell you guys. Which was worse? If the Browns go 0-16, are they going to be more worse than the 2008 Lions? Or the Cleveland Browns are just as bad as them? But at least in 2008, Calvin Johnson, they had Calvin Johnson. They had a player. I can't think one name from the Cleveland Browns. So, that's all I gotta say. And, Baltimore took a spanking on Cleveland on Thursday night. That's all I could really tell you for that. And, of course, Green Bay, losing to Tennessee, giving up 47 points. 47. All I have to say about that is, what the hell is wrong with the Green Bay Packers? What is going on in that organization? Is it protecting Aaron Rodgers? Is it defense? I think mostly like it was defense this past week against Tennessee. But, oh my God, 47 points. 47! And I believe that was the most the Green Bay gave up in a long time, probably, but wow. Unbelievable. I get it. You're on the road. You're playing Tennessee. Tennessee, really good offense, too. Need to work on that defense, too, by the way. 47 points. That is unexcusable for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And that's all I can say. Denver and New Orleans. This was a game that was a savior for me. I mean, all the other games, it was just, ugh. But if there was a game that I was so happy to go 8-6, that game was it, because Denver was lucky in the end. Defense stepped up when they needed to, and their defenses have been stepping up. They're one of the best defenses in the league. Definitely did what they needed to do on special teams to get a block field goal, but go all the way for the 2 points. That's solid right there. So, but if that was a team if there was a game that New Orleans was heartbroken, that was it. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Saints have a great, powerful offense. They were probably going to win because of that. But it goes to show once again, defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. So, of course, this brings me to my next game. Well, it was mostly our defense that dominated the game. And that was probably the Jets in Los Angeles. But, the Jets, the New York Jets are New York Jets. They're trash. Well, so are the Rams, but, they're not as bad as the Jets. But my God! This was probably the most lopsided, or maybe the most defensive game probably we've seen in a long time. And all I can say is, it just came down to one bad play. Or maybe come down to who had the ball last, and that was probably Los Angeles at that point, and that got him the win. And for Philadelphia and Atlanta, I gotta say, if there was a game you would have told me that Atlanta would lose coming weeks, I would expect it to be last week. I would expect them probably after their bye week or something, which they have a bye week this week. So, but I wouldn't expect the Philadelphia to beat Atlanta like they did last week. Hey, well, I can show you that, but I'm sure enough some Falcon fans were heartbroken for that game. But they should be good enough to be on the bye week. They can relax, which I think they're on the bye week this week. So, let me check. Let me double check for my paperwork. Let's see here. Nope, that's last week. Nope. What? Nope. Here we go. Here's my last week. Let's see here what we got. Yep, Atlanta's on a bye week, so. Yep, Atlanta's on a bye week, so I wanted to double check to make sure. So, anyways, moving on. Moving on. Tampa Bay and Chicago. That was my upset pick when Chicago would win, but Tampa Bay just showed that Tampa Bay can play when they feel like playing. They certainly did, and they did a spanking on Chicago, beating them 36-6. Hey, you can't go wrong with that, But Tampa Bay was at home, so, hey, good win for Tampa Bay. Maybe Tampa Bay's still in rebuilding mode. Maybe they'll get something going in the future. Maybe so. I don't know, but we'll wait and see on that one. But dominating performance on both sides of the ball for Tampa. They needed a win desperately. They did so solely. That's it. Washington, Minnesota. Whoa. If you would have told me that would have gone to the end of that game to decide the winner is, I wouldn't expect to go that way. I thought it was going to be a 10-point difference in that game because Minnesota is not playing like they were like a month or so ago. Because Minnesota's been lacking off since the bye week, in which they need to get something going in that. Maybe Sam Bradford is finally going to be Sam Bradford again, what we're used to seeing, like we was in Philadelphia and in Los Angeles. Well, in St. Louis at that time, but still, maybe that's starting to fold together. But the problem is for Minnesota, they're banged up with injuries right now. So that is a really big tough on Minnesota. And sure, our main guy in the NFL YouTube prognosticators, Gio knows, is probably crying over this. No offense, Gio. But I hear you cut your kicker today. And by the way, beast mode too. Well, beast. No, he's a Vikings fan too. But I'm sure you guys, I saw it on your comments, though. You're relieved that you cut your kicker this week. So, hey, what goes to show you than that? But hey, we should talk too. Stephen Gronkowski on my New England Patriots not having the best year too, but he's still a good kicker. I still have faith in him. And he made a field goal this week, which I'll get to that game shortly. Actually, I get to that game now. So, I bought my New England Patriots just to get it over and done with. And all the Patriot haters love it when my New England Patriots lose. They lost last week. What do you do? Celebrate. But we lost to Seattle. Good riddance, right? Woohoo! You're probably gonna win, huh? Well, guess what? You Patriot haters out there? It's payback time. Yep. We're so fired up. We're frustrated from that game. Now, Rob Gronkowski has a punctured lung, I think, or something. He has something with his lung or something like that. But he may miss one game or so, but that's so hard. I want Rob Gronkowski to play, but, ugh. And I'm sure you Patriots haters are loving that too. But guess what? I love being hated on. I love it. Bring on the haters. That's all I can tell you. Bring on the haters. And they want to hate. So, which reminds me of my shout-out this week, which I'll get to that shortly. But, anyways, don't get me wrong, it was a great game. It was a back-and-forth game. We were several lead changes in that game. It came down to the end. And in the end, the Patriots had the ball and just couldn't seal it done, which is not normal for the New England Patriots, by the way. And Tom Brady got his first interception of the year, and the Patriots' first interception of the year, which you're all pretty much happy about that one, I guess. So, even with the four quarterbacks we had for the first four games, like Brissett and Garoppolo, they didn't pick off a game, so you didn't really think of that. But anyways, though, that's all I can tell you about that. But the Patriots lose on that one, and your Patriot haters are loving this. And, of course, Carolina and Kansas City. if you would have told me this one, that Kansas City was going to kick in a game-winning field goal, I would have laughed at that one, because I wouldn't expect Kansas City to come back and win that game like that, especially if they're playing Carolina. So, yeah, Carolina don't look that great at that game in the second half. And that a little concerns me a bit, though. Last season they were doing really well in the fourth quarter. This year they're not. It's going to show you they have a Super Bowl hangover, but what am I to judge on that one? But Kansas City looks like they're trying to prove themselves. They're not done yet in the AFC West. They want to keep fighting, which I love that in Kansas City. They always like to put up a good fight, and they always do, and they always win most of the time. Good win for Kansas City. Good for them. Houston and Jacksonville. I wouldn't expect Jacksonville to be that close. Well, at least Houston beat Jacksonville by a field goal. I expected dominance in that game. Houston's probably relieved, but oh my God, how can you lose? How can you almost try to lose to Jacksonville? I think they were trying to purposely lose or trying to prepare to lose that game because they weren't showing up at all at that game at all. But they ended up winning anyway, and even if they were trying to lose that game and lost, they probably would have won anyway with Jacksonville. That's all I can tell you. San Diego and Miami, I have nothing to say about that. Nothing. All I can tell you is, Phillip Rivers got a 6th pick. Didn't look good in like Phillip Rivers at all. I think it's time for him for his age a bit, maybe, or I don't know. San Diego looks like the crap, which have been crap the last several years. But it was a sweet win for Miami going to the West Coast. They do that, and they got it. So, hey, what more to tell you? Arizona, San Francisco. Okay, I'll be the first to tell you this. I expected Arizona to get 10 points or more in this. Not try to get close by a field goal. Yes, I know. I know it's a division game against the 49ers. But the 49ers can't win on no matter what side of the ball they're on. They really can't. I don't know. I think I signed a dumb Kaepernick or something. It's not about his politician beliefs. I don't really care about that. Don't care about the national anthem crap that he's been pulling through on that. It's his right. Who cares? Whatever. But it's his right. That's all I can tell you for that part. But I think it's time for the Colin Kaepernick era in San Francisco to end. And I think that's what's going to happen. So, hey, let's see what he does with this part. So, yeah, whatever. But, anyways, Pittsburgh and Dallas. Wow, that had to be the game of the week. And it was Fox's game of the week, which it definitely was the game of the week. And I'll be the first to tell you this. This could be the game of the year. That game was a Super Bowl game, no doubt about it. This looks like the Steelers and Cowboys in the Super Bowl all over again, what they met 3 times. One in Super Bowl, I think it was 30, and Super Bowl 13. I think the other one in the 70s could have been Super Bowl, I would probably guess it, Super Bowl 10. I think it's Super Bowl 11, I think it was. So, maybe Super Bowl 11, maybe 14, 15 or something like that. Super Bowl 15. I know they met 3 times in the Super Bowl, like around 2 in the 70s, 1 in the 90s. That game looked like that was a Super Bowl 13 game. No question about that. But what happened, Ezekiel Elliott going for that game-winning drive in the end with a 32-yard run. He looks like Jim Brown out there. I don't know about you guys, but Ezekiel Elliott looked like Jim Brown out there. Every time I look at him, I look at the footage of Jim Brown and Ezekiel Elliott. That looks exactly alike. Their running style is much different. High-powered running back. This is probably what Dallas desperately needed, and they did. And Dirk Prescott, who is the quarterback for Dallas, which was doing very well. Maybe doing well than Tony Romo. Maybe Tony Romo could be a backup. But, we'll wait and see on that one. But, hey, I'll tell you this, though. If Dallas cuts Tony Romo, this is what I will do. Hallelujah! 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 Which I'm pretty sure that you and the rest of the Viking fans are doing that with their kicker right now, which I saw that comment, so I had to do that and entertain people for that. Woo! But, anyways, That's how I feel about if they do that with Tony Romo. Let's go. So what are your thoughts? I mean, are they going to cut Tony Romo? If they does, where is he going to go? So, I think he's going to get cut. I personally think it's Houston. For some reason, I think they're going to... I know they signed a big contract with Brock Osweiler. I think he's going to get dumped, and they're going to sign Tony Romo. That's what I think what's going to happen. But, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts about Tony Romo? If he does get cut, where's he going to go? So, and anyways, and I'll tell you this one really caught my eye. Stephen A. Smith on ESPN First Take was saying that Dallas is about luck. But they're winning games, it's pure luck. And I gotta say this, hold on. All I gotta say is, I hate Dallas so much. I always respected Stephen A. Smith on ESPN First Take. I sort of had to disagree with that. I think Dallas is having a nice run. Maybe a playoff, maybe they'll go to the championship or something. We won't expect that, but I don't know. But what are your thoughts on this one? I don't think that it's all about luck. Personally, I hate Dallas, but I don't think that's luck. I really think that they want to rally together with Dirk Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. They want to support them, which I do think that's what Dallas is doing, and they want to win ball games for that. So that's my other question. What do you think? Do you guys agree with Stephen A. Smith? I know he's a Giants fan. Don't get me wrong, that's why he's saying that. But do you agree with him on that or not? So, let me know in the comment section down below for that. Anyways, to the Monday Night Football game, the Giants in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's been lights out in the fourth quarter, except for last night. Plain and simple. Last night was just bad for Cincinnati in the fourth quarter. They just melted down on Monday Night Football last night, and they didn't have an answer. But Eli was bad too. I mean, Eli made some mistakes along the way, but the Giants still end up winning the game. So, but I don't know. All I gotta say is Cincinnati, I think their time is up with Andy Dalton. I think they're trying to put that AJ McCarron in there. Give the kid a shot. You know, at this point, just do it. You know, if I were Marvin Lewis, just do it. If you don't do it, you're gone. He should have been gone a long time ago anyway, but I don't even know why he's still coaching to begin with. I don't even know why he's still there. I mean, he's been there for the last 13 years, and he hasn't done shit. He's been winless in the playoffs. And if we don't make the playoffs this year, I think he's going to be done. Pretty much plain and simple. But anyways, those are my thoughts for Week 10. Let's go to Week 11 picks. Carolina, New Orleans, Thursday night. I was thinking about back and forth in this game, and I'll tell you this right now. Think about that game before you make your pick. I'm going to tell you why. Because Carolina, they're both sides of the ball, the offense and defense are like, in the mid-range in the league on that. Maybe 15, maybe 16, 17, maybe in the mid-spread on that. But New Orleans' offense is really on the top of the list, and their defense is on the bottom of the list. But it's like, what do you do in a situation like this? Do you trust Saints' offense more, or do you want to trust the defense? And Carolina's defense is much better than the Saints' defense by a long shot. The Saints' defense is on down where San Francisco defense is. Ooh. Where do you go with it? Personally, I was thinking about it. I think the Saints are more hungry than Carolina. I know Calvin Benjamin, Cam Newton are still there, you know, making their stuff, but I gotta go with the hot hand, and that's the Saints' offense on this game. A little hungry for more, and I know it's a division game. I gotta lean towards the Saints on this because they have a much higher power offense. So I gotta go with that. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints win on defense with that, but, you know, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do if they lose? I mean, they lose. If the Saints win, they win. They lose, they lose. But Cincinnati at Buffalo. Now, I gotta say this: Cincinnati, their best games in the fourth quarter. But if you lose, they don't really do well in this one. Buffalo, on the other hand, though, great in the defensive side. So I gotta go put more on Buffalo on this side, mostly because they have a high dominant defense and they have a good running back too. So that's all I get. And I hate Buffalo with a passion. And I hate Rex Ryan. And that Rex Ryan, I'm hoping he's gone by next year because I don't want to deal with him anymore. And that's it. All right, moving on. Baltimore's high-powered defense versus Dallas high-powered offense. I gotta go with the believers on this one. I gotta go with Dallas on this because the Dallas is at home. If it was in Baltimore, I would have gone with Baltimore in this game. But, plain and simple. Detroit and Jacksonville, I'm picking Detroit. Jacksonville, yeah, they still got work to do with Blake Bortles, and they just suck. Simple. Indianapolis and Tennessee, I gotta say this, despite the Indianapolis at home and the Indianapolis are struggling right now to their GOIs, I gotta go with Tennessee in this game with an upset pick on this one because the Tennessee has a high power offense too. So I like Mariota. I always respected him. I think he's trying to prove a point. I think he's gonna get it done. Minnesota and Arizona. Arizona and Minnesota back and forth. I have to say this. Arizona and Minnesota needs to win. Arizona needs to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Minnesota's banged up. I'm picking Arizona because Arizona looks like they're finally getting into rhythm. So I gotta go with Arizona in this game. Giants and Chicago. It's Chicago. I'm picking New York because Chicago looks like they're going to be off the Jay Cutler train and they're just trying to give up the year. Then Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Kansas City's at home. They're really good at home. I'm picking Kansas City. And Los Angeles and Miami. Despite the Los Angeles going to the East Coast, I gotta have to go with Miami. Because of that, they have been struggling. And besides, the Rams have been struggling on the road. I gotta go with Miami on this one. And New England and San Francisco, you know when I'm going with this. I'm going with my New England Patriots in this game. We're hungry for a win. We're probably gonna take it on to San Francisco and then make them look like crap. We're gonna probably pull off 40 points. That's a bold prediction. So, maybe 50 points. I'm taking it back. Over 50 points. I'm doing that. So, Patriots are going to take 52 points out of this game. Maybe more so. I like to see that, but I think that's what's going to happen. So, I got my Patriots over the 49ers. Seattle and Philadelphia. Seattle and Philadelphia. Ooh, I have to think about this. Oh, I think I have an idea what I want to pick. I got to be honest. I mean, Minnesota is banged. Seattle, they're in Seattle. Seattle is dominant at home. And I think they're going to pull this one off. And I think they're going to beat Philadelphia in this game, but give Carson Wentz a nightmare. That's how I feel about it. Don't get me wrong, Carson Wentz is a great quarterback. I have to pick the Seattle because it's in Seattle. There's really dominance at home. It's a home field advantage for Seattle in this game. I like Seattle. Sunday Night Football, Green Bay and Washington. Now, both teams, Washington got a win out of Minnesota. Green Bay got their ass kicked against Tennessee. There's no one more desperate to win than Green Bay. They're below 500. They need to win so badly. And I think they finally pull this one off against Washington. Washington always has a hard time with they have a great team. They play great with terrible teams. But Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, you gotta trust them more. I gotta put Green Bay on the line with it. I know it's not to be done with Green Bay if they lose to Tennessee, which they did. But they're playing Washington right now. And Washington is not really great on both sides. They're okay. I just have more trust in Aaron Rodgers than Kirk Cousins. So I like Green Bay. Monday Night Football, I believe. Yeah, and they're going to be in Mexico. Both road games on this one. And Oakland's is the home team and Houston's the road team. I got to pick Oakland because they're out of Oakland and they're unbeaten on the road. Pretty much. They're both road games, but Oakland's representing the home team on this one. But I'm going to Oakland because they're dominant away from Oakland than they are at home themselves. In Houston, they're a little banged up too. And keeping it close against Jacksonville, I don't think you're going to win much games. So I'm going to go with the Oakland on this one. That'll wrap up my Week 11 picks. Shoutouts for the week. One is a newcomer from the NFL YouTube prognosticators, Arnold Glass II. Get Weirded Sports. Check his videos out. I mean, his videos are great. I mean, he's one of the newcomers, and give him a big welcome too. I haven't seen him before, so just give him some Get With It Sports. Check his videos out; they're really great. And for one of my one of our NFL YouTube prognosticators viewers, Martin Wrong, known as Martin W on YouTube. I mean, he's a good follower. He's been watching my videos for a little while now. I mean, he's a longtime member from the NFL YouTube prognosticators. I mean, he's a big guy on that. He's a shout out for the week, and I had to give him a shout out too because his Seattle Seahawks beat my New England Patriots on Sunday Night Football. So shout out to him, and shout out to him too, and shout out to Get Rooted Sports too. Again, those are my 2 shout outs for the week. And it's never too late to join the NFL YouTube prognosticators today. And just so you know, I may have to do my videos on a Monday because next week I'm going to be busy with work. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll let you guys know on that as soon as advance. I'll try, but I'll let you know because if I'm not there, I'll be working. That'll wrap up my week 11 video, and I'll see you guys all again in week 12, hopefully, and I will get you guys all home again soon. Till then, see you all in week 12, maybe.